Yo, what's going on, everybody? I hope y'all having a blessed day. You locked into the second episode of the Supernatural Vault. Today's story is going to be called From the Television They Come. Now, to my people out there that's spiritually sensitive and actually know, there's some things that go on out here, who believes in that bump in the night, that knows what's real. You got to be careful what you watch on TV. Things can come out of the TV and hunt you. You got to understand, nothing's new. Pretty much any movie, any cartoon, anything that there's a movie about it, there's a story about it, there's some truth behind it. It happened somewhere, somebody seen something, heard something, there's fact behind it. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's true. You have to understand, things will hunt you out here. We live in a fractured world, but that doesn't mean you got to live your life being scared all the time. Through the blood and power of Christ, you can rebuke anything out of your life. So remember that. You have to learn how to exercise the powers that the Most High gave you over the enemy and stay prayed up. The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Man, I wanted to watch this movie so bad I couldn't wait, and it finally came out on DVD. And I went to go rent it back when there was no Netflix. You had to actually leave your house and go rent your movie and then come back. Yeah, that era. I'm from that era. And around that time, I was about 15. I went to go rent it, and I finally had a chance to watch it. I watched it with my brothers, and I was attacked by an entity. It was a woman, and an entity, a witch, demon, whatever you want to call it, but it was a female entity. Okay, now this situation took place in West Palm Beach, Florida, on Military in a neighborhood called Orleans Court. While I was staying there, my mom had an apartment there at the time, and I've watched a lot of horror films. The Exorcism of Emily Rose wasn't scary to me. Okay, it had a couple of parts in it where it was where the demon was starting to show itself, and it was okay, a couple cool spots, for instance, the classroom where it came up in the fog. And me personally, the most interesting part of the movie was the end when we found out she had multiple demons in her, and they all showed themselves, and they came out once the preacher pulled it up out of her. So if you look at that TV that's in the background there, that's pretty much the TV that was in my room at the time, in my brother's room. And it showed when you turned off all the components like the VCR, the video game, the auxiliary showed a blue screen. And that blue screen pretty much illuminated the entire room. And when the movie was over, I was on the floor. I was on my back. My brother Ramon was next to me, and my brother Chris was on the bed. And we were just talking. I can't remember what we were talking about. Teenage boy stuff. And then eventually we all fell asleep. Now, as I woke up in a state of sleep apnea, and I can see everything in the room because that light from the TV was basically a light. It was not a night light, but it was damn near a light. It was bright. And that's when I seen this horrific looking woman hovering over me, man. She had these sharp teeth that was gaseous in her face. And trust me when I tell you, man, this lady was evil. These next set of photos, I found them on the internet to try to give you guys a visual of what she actually looked like. And I promise you, these photos are no comparison to how it was in real life in 3D. Okay, and as she was hovering over me, she was trying to attack me. She was trying to bite me and scratch me and hit me, but she couldn't touch me. She was inches of my face, of my body. I could not move. I was so close to my brother Ramon, I literally could have flicked my finger and hit him. Okay, but I could not move. I was only able to see and hear. Okay, and she was trying to bite me and scratch me and all this stuff, and she seen that she couldn't touch me. And she got frustrated, and it made her even more mad. And she let out this screech, this scream, man. And I remember at the time, man, Father, where are you? Have you forsaken me? I was praying, have you forsaken me? Have you abandoned me? Father, where are you? And, I guess this thing realized that it couldn't touch me. And it started to leave. And the crazy thing was, I felt the presence of this thing go through the wall. It was I could see where it was going. It went through the wall, it went through the kitchen, it went through the neighbor's house, and as it left the building, anybody that knows what Orleans Court apartments look like, I felt it leave the building. And once it left the building, my attachment to it broke, and I couldn't feel where that spirit was anymore. And that once that attachment broke and I couldn't feel where it was, I knew it was gone, I was able to move. Then I got up, man, like I was breathing hard, like I just ran a marathon, you know. And I mean, I could kind of laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny then, man. And I remember going to the windowsill, grabbing my Bible, man, and just I didn't get no sleep, man, for the rest of that night. And you know, that was how that happened, man. That was my story on this right here. You know, and at that time, man, you know, I was picking my Bible up and reading it, you know, but it was so much in there that I couldn't comprehend. Like, I didn't know half as much as I knew now. And I didn't understand, you know. That's why it's important to teach your kids, you know, the power, man. You can rebuke things out of your life. You can rebuke things away from you, man. You got to know how to speak it. You got to know how to talk the talk as well as walk the walk when it comes to supernatural things. You know, it's a lot of ways to fight the enemy, man, and get them spirits up off you. Hell, I remember being a kid and going to visit my great grandma Frisch, God bless the dead, up there in LaGrange, Georgia. And I remember going to her house staying the night some nights, man, and like, man, she opened that door and she'd be cursing them spirits out, and she'd get that broom and she'd be sweeping the ceilings and corners and getting their ass up out the house, man. It's a lot of different ways to fight the enemy. However, I choose to go through the word, through the book, and that's how I do it. I go through places and I bless things like my home, and I go through that and I have a one-on-one with Christ, and I can feel it, and I have that relationship with him and the ability to do that. As children of the Most High, you have to stop giving so much power to the enemy. We give power to the enemy that the enemy don't even have. Okay, you can't be hunted or possessed by a demon just off that demon's free will. They don't walk around getting to do whatever they want to do. Okay, they got to get permission from the Most High. Now, whatever agenda God has for you, that's between you and God. Obviously, he wants you to endure this or see something to strengthen you for something in the future, or whatever plan or agenda that he has in store for you to fulfill. But man, look, this video already went longer than I expected or I wanted it to go. But man, look, man, y'all stay prayed up, stay blessed. Thank you for locking in. All right, and I'm gonna catch you next time, man, on the Supernatural Vault. Peace.